Hey Dreamer, please.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Beginner's Guide series. I'm sure this is going to be a very important episode for many players as it is about hero selection and game modes. I'm going to introduce the different game modes in terms of priority as well as their associated heroes. At the end of the video, I will have a complete hero selection summary for you guys, so do look out for that. Just a disclaimer, hero usage may change over time. So let's start off with Adventure. Adventure is the mode where you start to get to know the main character, story and maps of 7 Nights. For Worlds 1 to 7 there is only one difficulty to handle, while from World 8 onwards there's easy and normal difficulty. Normal difficulty will use up slightly more resources called keys and definitely be tougher to complete. For new players, your goal is to clear all adventure floors to unlock various rewards. All you need to do is to bring your strongest heroes and fight through the modes all the way. In general, adventure stages are really easy to clear, so do not worry about them. One of the most recommended heroes here is Yeonhee because she not only has a strong skill set but also doubles up as your main farmer later on. Completing easy difficulty alone will allow you to farm for premium currency called rubies. This is obtained by leveling any hero from 1 to 40. For myself, my farming is mainly done on 2 maps, 610 and 45, which are maps which give you soul shards as well. You will also need to farm in 820 for gold because a new and returning player will definitely need tons and tons of gold. I'm going to promote my ultimate farming guide here again because it contains all the important details of farming you need to know. The auto adventure option becomes available after you have cleared stage 710. This allows you to be able to get rubies, fodder, various equipment, soul shards even if you do not have time to farm. All you need to have are inventory space and keys. You can allocate different amount of keys to various stages to get a variety of resources for your progression, and even if you have time to farm, you can still complete auto adventure up to 100 times a day to get resources. The hot time option is available at the top right corner. Hot time is basically a 4-hour period that increases the drop rate of certain resources from respective worlds, which also means if you turn on hot time, try to stay in the game for 4 hours continuously in order to maximize its benefits. Do note that auto adventure drops are not affected by hot time. Next, we have special dungeons, an area with both event dungeons as well as the highly important growth dungeon. There are 3 growth dungeons and they give you elements, items and gold respectively. There are 4 difficulties for each dungeon and you should really try to attempt the nightmare difficulty as soon as possible because it offers the most amount of resources per day. Auto clear becomes available for all 3 growth dungeons as long as you meet 2 criteria. Number 1 is to clear each dungeon under 3 minutes of in-game time, and number 2, ensuring no hero deaths. Extra entry tickets can be bought with rubies so that you can get more of a certain resource that you need. You will need a main AoE multi-target DPS such as Feng Yan or any other hero you think is well built to dish out damage fast, as well as a very good variety of support heroes such as Lina, Eileen, Atalanta, Rachel, Zahara. Another mode available right from the start is Raid. As mentioned in Volume 1, there are 3 different kind of raids. Each raid gives you different types of equipment and resources which are all necessary to improve your hero. Each raid has a total of 7 levels, with each level being progressively more difficult and challenging to defeat if you do not have the right heroes or adequate equipment. The higher the floor, the better the rewards. Auto clear is available per day after you have managed to defeat the floor once, and you will get 10 rewards instantly just from this. Sometimes while battling in raid, you may have a chance of encountering an extra raid. An extra raid provides up to 30 times more rewards than a regular raid and will be available for 24 hours. I will now talk about the important heroes to have for raid. Valkyr will be the main DPS for all raids. Your permanent frontline support units will include Lina, Sylvia and Chloe, while the last slot varies depending on the raid you chose. I personally use Rook or Mao Song for item raid and Unawakened Rudy for dual raid. If you want to check out what equipment is needed and how to auto farm in each raid, do check my very thorough raid playlist. Upon hitting level 5, you will be able to join a guild. So here I will talk about 5 guild related modes. The most important mode is Siege Defense. For this mode, you basically have to withstand the attacks from several very strong enemies for 3, 4 or 5 minutes of in-game time, depending on the difficulty attempted. In return, this mode gives you power-up stones, Asgard ores and moonlit ores. I will go into detail about these currencies in volume 3, which is the next video. In short, these resources are important for item and jewel upgrading. You can completely play this mod on auto even without good equipment, which you can see from the video I have linked above. Just to be safe, you can come up with 2 teams from a useful pool of defensive and support heroes, namely Rook, Helena, Hyong, Aragon, Evan, Rudy and Lina. Guild Dungeon is a mode where you basically go through adventure floors again with your guild members, fighting outrageous versions of the monsters you face normally. Whether it is HP or stats or skills, different floors may require different key heroes. The floors are progressive, so you can only fight 110 after completing 19. Only one guild member can participate at any one time. You cannot pause the match at all, and you have a time limit of 3 in-game minutes. The goal of the mode is really to climb as high as possible and as fast as possible against other guilds. The rewards for this mode are huge amounts of gold per stage, PvE items, as well as a very delicious amount of rubies and topaz at the end of each season, which lasts for 5 weeks. You will most definitely be needing Shane, Sig or Aries, Lina, Sylvia and Eileen on most maps. Guild Raid is a mode where you and your guild members fight 3 to 5 bosses each week depending on your guild raid level. The purpose of Guild Raid is to let guild members have a collaborative effort in killing the bosses, notably Isabella and Gelidus, who possess awakened skills. You and your guild members will need to organize and plan strategically who is able to specialize for which boss, and in this way all of you can fight more efficiently. Each boss will give you gold and guild raid points once they are killed. You are given 2 entries per week, and each participation entry will give you guild raid points. Heroes used here differ based on the boss. Against Shadow of Ambition, Brilliant Slaughter and Gelidus, you will need Shane, Rachel, Aragon, Eileen, and Hyong or Lina or Aries depending on the difficulty. For Furious Slayer and Isabella, you will need Valika, Lina, Sig, Rachel and Aragon. These bosses inflict guaranteed status effects, so it is important for your heroes to be adequately prepared before attempting. For Castle Rush, you will get to battle a different 7 line every day. Auto clear becomes available only after you have achieved a minimum score of 1,500,000 in a single run for that castle. Each Castle Rush run lasts for 10 minutes of in-game time. The goal is to get a score as high as possible within this time frame and collectively as a guild, achieve the S rank to get a chest of random rewards. Castle Rush points are accumulated every time you open the reward chest, and upon completion, you can exchange the points for an extremely rare Dark Knight jewel. Take note that there are 4 different difficulty levels for Castle Rush, and the amount of points you get for completion will vary. You also get Castle Rush credits for participation, and the amount received daily is score dependent. Heroes used for Castle Rush will include Shane, Aries, Lina or Hyong, Rachel and Ariel. The last guild mode is Guild War. Simply put, the system will pit your guild against another guild, and your guild's ultimate goal is to climb the ranks. There are 3 guild wars per week. Each guild member is allocated 5 coins, which the enemy will attempt to take away. Likewise, your goal is to take away the coins on each of the enemies using 2 attacking tries given to you by default. Guild leaders can assign different roles to guild members. The 4 protectors are the ones who provide special buffs to the guild commander who is at the top of the castle if they still have coins. There are also 3 troopers as identified by the cross sword symbols who have 1 additional attack. Every week there will be different band heroes announced, so you have to adjust your teams accordingly. At the end of each guild war, you will receive guild coins to spend at the guild shop. The number of guild coins you receive will depend on the total amount of coins your guild managed to take away from the enemy guild. And like Guild Dungeon, a lot of rubies and topaz are given at the end of each season depending on the final guild rank. Battles here are RNG just like Arena. Arena is the primary weekly ruby, topaz and soul shard source. Each arena season lasts for a week, and different amounts of rewards are given depending on your final rank and sub-tier. If you want to retain your rank for the next season, you will have to play at least 50 matches in that week and have a minimum win rate of 50%. Ranks above expert will not be retained. To begin playing in Arena, you will need to set your attack leader and defense leader. I will elaborate more on this in volume 6 when we look at team building, but one of the most important things to note is that your attack leader must be the hero with the highest speed on your team. Thereafter, you can proceed to set all the settings you want for Arena to auto-run. There are no permanent heroes in Arena, and this is also the mode with the fastest change in terms of meta heroes. Hence, as new players, always focus on building your core PvE heroes first in order to get better equipment for Arena. Next up will be the Heavenly Stairs. It is a competitive PvE mode consisting of 10 floors with varying enemies. Floors 1 to 5 form the first part of the mode, while floors 6 to 10 form the second part. Each season lasts for 2 weeks, and every season both you and the enemies get special buffs and debuffs, which makes the mode very challenging and strategy dependent. Players are ranked based on the number of turns used and total battle duration. Players in the top 50 for different floors will get a trophy as well as a special icon. However, don't worry if you are not a competitive player. Even just by completing the floors, you will be able to obtain first clear rewards, and if you are capable of clearing the floor with 3 stars, you will be entitled to even better rewards, especially the exclusive Celestial Accessories, which can only be obtained by clearing every floor with 3 stars. These stars are obtained once you have fulfilled a clearance criteria. As with Guild Dungeon, it will be difficult to list all the heroes needed, but as basic as it can get, you will need Shane and Velika both fully built, along with support heroes like Espada, Ares, Eileen or Sylvia, Aragon or Zahara. There is one last mode, and that is Brawl, an event-only mode which till date has only appeared 3 times. So I will not be talking about it, and hopefully it comes back as a permanent mode with revamped mechanics and we can all enjoy it officially again. But if you are interested, you can check out the link I put above. So as promised, this is the entire hero selection summary for all the different modes, arranged in order of the importance for new and returning players from top to bottom. The heroes in the yellow boxes are all essential for farming, so they need to be prioritized. I will elaborate on them in volume 7 of the series, where we talk about the best way to begin 7 Nights. So let me know whether this video helped, and maybe even tell me how you intend to go about your hero selections. Stay tuned for the next episode on materials and currencies. Do give this video a like and subscribe to my channel for more helpful guides to come. Thank you so much and see you!